What is your name, sir?
Ikran Qureshi.
Can you spell it out for us?
IQRANQURESHI.
What is your age?
I'm 16.
What school do you go to?
Brentwood High School.
And what city are you from?
I'm from Brentwood, New York.
What is a stereotype, and can you define it for us?
It's something that people who are not used to other races, they use it to define like other people that are of different races based on how they're commonly interpreted, dress.
How can they be harmful?
They can be harmful because, well, it's based off of like a common look. Like, not all people are the same. They don't talk the same, they don't dress the same, they don't act the same.
What are things that people assume about you because of your race, gender, or whatever?
Because of my gender, they probably assume that I'm overly masculine and like I want to be big and strong. And because of my race, they probably assume that like I'm overly religious.
Tell us about a time you felt misunderstood then.
As a Muslim, I used to think that like I'm supposed to be like fully complete, like with how I'm supposed to be. Like, I thought that like I'm like one of the only people who like isn't complete with my religion.
Tell us about a time that you connected with somebody by understanding them better.
I used to think that like Christians are like overly religious, but time by time I can understand that there are ways that like there are other people who are not as religious as like other Christians. People can be less religious or more religious depending on who they really are.
Is there any specific time that you felt misunderstood?
There is a specific time that like, well, since I grew up in like America, I used to think that like I'm the only one who speaks English without like the standard like accent. But now I realize that like there's more to it. Like, there's other people who speak with an English accent and some people who different accents. So yeah.
Have you corrected anybody on the false misconceptions they have of you?
I have corrected them multiple times. People assume that like I'm overly religious, but like I said before, in reality, I'm not that religious. There are some times where I've corrected people based on how they think of me.
All right, can you finish the sentence for us? If you really knew me, you would know that.
If people really knew me, like they would know that like I'm not that religious and like I'm not that masculine. And overall, I'm a really nice guy.
All right, thank you for the time, sir. What is your name?
My name is Nelson Acosta.
Can you spell it for us?
NELSONACOSTA.
What is your age?
16.
What school do you go to?
Brentwood High School.
And what city are you from?
Brentwood, New York.
What is the stereotype?
In my opinion, it's basically making assumptions about somebody based on their culture or like the color of their skin, things like that.
How can it be harmful?
Because it just might not represent who that person actually is.
What do others assume about you because of your race, gender, or anything else about you?
Well, because I'm Dominican, many people assume that I like baseball, which I'm not going to lie is true, but they also assume other things like, you know, I drink like 5 Coronas per day, stuff like that, which, I mean, is not true. Look at me.
Can you tell us about a time you built a bridge with somebody else to understand them better?
I have a friend. He's one of my best friends, and his family is Christian, and they don't really celebrate Halloween, unlike my family, who is also Christian, but we do celebrate Halloween. Despite that difference, we're still like really good friends. I guess that's the closest thing I could really say. He's a good person though.
What does it mean to be you?
Well, me, I'm sort of an introverted person. I don't really talk much, but when I do talk, I feel like it has meaning to it. You know what I mean? I also like baseball, as I said, but video games is my main hobby.
Is there anything else that you haven't told us that people get wrong about you?
I mean, not really. I guess that's about it. I think I've been spared when it comes to like stereotypes. And it's mainly because I live in a place like Brentwood where there's going to be a lot of Hispanic people.
Have you corrected anybody's false perceptions about you?
Like I've said before, I feel like I live in a place where I don't really have to. But in a place like maybe more down south, it might be a problem.
All right, so can you finish the sentence for us? If you really knew me, you would know that.
I don't really talk a lot, and I act way different than my appearance would suggest.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, sir. What is your name?
Alexis Poblano.
Can you spell it out for us?
ALEXISPOBLANO.
What is your age?
I'm 16.
What school do you go to?
Brentwood High School.
And what city are you from?
New York.
What is the stereotype to you, and can you define it for us?
A stereotype is a generalization of a race or a culture.
How can stereotypes be harmful?
People get accused of stuff that isn't true or stereotyped, and it can affect them because it's not what they do. It doesn't involve them, and they could possibly do nothing that involves the stereotype.
What do people assume about you because of your race, gender, culture, or anything else?
I get called very often a burrito swallower, a taco muncher, a border hopper. Let's see. They call me a lot of stuff, bro. They call me a beaner. Yeah, and specifically on the bean part. Yeah, that's it's just one of the few things, bro.
Can you tell us about a time you felt misunderstood?
I got called short, like, automatically because I'm Mexican. They call me a cartel crusader. Like, I don't even do drugs, bro.
Can you tell us about a time you built a bridge with others, like, to understand them better?
Well, I mean, I usually just don't stereotype anyone. I just build bridges just by talking to them.
Is there anything else people get wrong about you specifically?
I drink beer automatically because I'm Mexican. I like cocaine, and my uncle is Pablo Escobar.
Have you corrected other people's false opinions about you or anything like that?
Not really, because half the time it's true. I do love tacos, bro.
Can you finish the sentence for us? If you really knew me, you would know that.
I'm Mexican, but I'm not. I don't do drugs.
Thank you for your time, sir.